There we go. It's been a minute since I've been on. So I'm super glad to be back here. It's been a minute. It's been a couple days. Still feeling a little under the weather, but significantly better than I have been the past couple days. You can tell by my voice, a little bit groggy still. But grateful to be back. So we're gonna be rocking and rolling this morning. I'm not expecting too much here today with FOMC tomorrow. But if you're here for the first time, welcome. Glad you're here. During the live streams, I'm going to be sharing my daily trading bias, giving you a front row seat to all the action. And then if you're watching this after the fact, you can jump to the key markers using the chapter markers below. They'll show you all the trades that I've taken along with the explanation of what I was thinking and why. And then also, the Apex 80% off sale has ended. But if you use the code DTJ, you'll get the most updated discount that Apex is offering. And that code will always give you the best discount available. So check that out. And with that, let's go ahead and open in prayer. Father, we honor you this morning. Thank you that we get this opportunity to trade. Give us wisdom and give us patience as we watch the markets and show us what trades that we need to take. We ask for your wisdom in Jesus' name. Amen. And with that, folks, how are we doing this morning? I'm going to sound definitely a little more raspy in my voice. But Northern, good morning. T-Loff, Sean, T, good morning. I'm going to get everything set up on my end here. With it being the day before, Nadin, good morning. With it being the day before FOMC, we are in ICT's FOM or NFP protocol, meaning we should be scaling back our position size. We should be reducing our risk. So I'm going to be doing that today. I'm going to be reducing my risk down to 5 micros. And I'm only going to be risking $100 for my stop loss. So my risk is going to be $100. And with that, I'm going to be taking my trades on Trade of 8. So I'm on my micro account. But I'll make sure that's set up on this screen right here. That's where this screen will be. There we go. Make sure it's all loaded. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll be executing on there. And then we're going to be going over our levels here shortly. So I already have our previous day high and previous day low already marked. And if we drop down to the 15-minute, I already marked our new day opening gap sitting right here. And then we can go ahead and mark midnight open, which is going to be right here. So it looks like midnight has been worked through multiple times already. And we do have... Was that ran or not? Doesn't look like it. So we have a 4-hour high set right here, which is our London high. And our London low has already been tagged. So that gives us just liquidity in the points of these swing lows down here, here, and here. I'm trading MNQ today. COBE. MNQ is what we'll be trading. We're reducing our size and our risk today. So I usually either trade 5 micros or 10 micros or 1 mini contract right now. And then I copy all my trades on multiple Apex accounts. So I distribute my risk on different accounts. Wilhelm, good morning. All right, this is the 15-minute chart here. Yesterday, we hit Friday's equilibrium of the range. It was sitting right around here. And we've been hovering above that for the morning, for most of the post-market and pre-market trading. Now, if I had my personal opinion, this looks very, the structure of this looks like it could move lower. It's what I personally would like to see. But we could wick higher as well with the London high sitting up here. So if we get that little purge of liquidity, that's where I'll be looking to go short. That's kind of what I would like to see. If you go to a 4-hour time frame, that's going to be this. That's going to be this candle right here. We got this 4-hour candles high and this one here, both not tagged yet. And so I would either like to make a trade towards those levels, or after we grab those levels, see if we can get a reversal from that. I'm personally interested in the reversal, but Esteban, I'm feeling better, not 100%, but significantly better than I have been the past 2 days. I think I slept most of the day yesterday. And the day before. It was pretty rough. I barely left the couch. Let's open our regular trading hours. And let's drop down to the 1 minute here. And with if you look here, I have our opening range gap. Depending on where we open, if it opens relatively close to yesterday's close price at 415, we're going to have a small opening range gap. And if we have a small opening range gap, that's conducive of a choppy market, a choppy morning session, which I'm not a fan of. But we're going to be extremely patient and we're going to wait. And with patience comes boredom. And that's okay. But we got to get used to boredom. This looks interesting here. Look at the 5 minute. Nice breaker right here. Price came into that level multiple times right around the midnight open at 5 o'clock and then expanded lower. My target's going to be these relatively equal highs here, here, and here. And that's basically the London high. So if I can, I would like to make a run for those levels there. All right, market's going to open here in 90 seconds. Barely, not even 10 handles. Because of how small the opening range, the opening range gap is, I will not be taking the 930 model this morning. I don't like when it's this small, so I won't take it. I'm going to mark our 930 price here. So market is open. Really no sweep of liquidity from this high right here. So we'll see what kind of purge we get down to the downside. So we have a breaker right here, and here, and down here. Let's mark this one here. I think it definitely looks better on the 5-minute. Five-minute just tagged it. So we'll see what kind of reaction we get from this breaker right here. If we do in fact reverse right here, I'm not afraid of taking the inversion to the upside towards these relatively equal highs right here. But we just need to see how it reacts. Now we've already ran the previous day high, which is sitting right here. So we will tag this again. There's no doubt in my mind on that. The question is how and when. So if we see aggressive price action here, I'll look at taking that at least to the previous day high. We need to get through the new day opening gap right here, these blue dashed lines. So I need to see it close through this. Hey Ted, good morning. Feeling better. Not 100% for sure, as you can tell by my groggy voice. But definitely better to the point where I can sit in front of a screen and camera and feel comfortable. So that's where things are at right now. All right, to see the momentum of this candle, I may take the momentum of this candle depending if we get through these levels. My screen is frozen on another. There we go. Get through it. I'm looking for the close above this. We have the 5-minute candle has closed. It's closed bearish, but a large wick here. It's an 11 handle, 11-point fair value gap. I'm going to take this long right here.
Order submitted.
Let's see if it closes. Okay, that did not close, so the trade is invalid.
Order canceled.
I set it at a 10 handle stop loss, so it did not trade out there. We'll wait to see if it closes on this candle right here. I was afraid it was going to run without us, so I front runned it. That's the risk you get for front running trades. Tagged 930 twice. I think we have some type of news. That's we had news at 8:30, and then let me look at my calendar. I don't understand why everything is running so slow. Thursday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Was at 8:30 unemployment claims. Technically did not close again above that fair value gap. I would be interested in something like this. I would be interested in something like that. There's our close. Our close for price right there. Watching this inversion fair value gap right here. We closed above it here. Now making sure this does not close below it and see if it wants to run through this. Looks very bullish right here. Moving my stop to break even. Tag midnight open right there. $8.10 is my next target. If we can get to $8.10, see how it reacts there. Okay, there's 8.10. I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. All right, so there's our first winner of the morning off of that inversion. We probably are still going to run higher. Ultimate target's the London high. Sitting right here. We'll see how it wants to react to that. See how it is. We'll see if it wants to respect this first fair value gap and see if it wants to push higher. This would be considered a breaker, sitting right here at the midpoint of the opening range gap. I'm not sure if it wants to come all the way back down here or not. If it continues to respect this, the previous day high, that might be a place of interest to go long, is what I'm referring to. I don't know why it would do that. Okay, so no, it broke through that previous day high. So now we're looking at it finding support here at 930 in this breaker. That's really what we would be looking for. Walter, good morning. I'm gonna So I took a long right when it came to that breaker. I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop to break even. This is on my small account challenge. And this is London high sitting right here. So let's see if we can get to that. That'd be nice. If I get stopped out at break even, that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with that. You could easily take, that's 20 handles there. You could take profit. I'm not going to take profit here. I'll let it get stopped out at break even. I need to learn to hold my trades longer. And if I think my target is going to be London high, then that's what I need to hold for. The thing here, what I'm talking about is I just don't want to cut myself short, which I've done so many times in my trading. And so as long as I'm moving my stop to break even, it's a free trade for me. And I want to let the trade run and have the opportunity to hit the target. And so that's kind of what this is. I want to give it room to at least have the opportunity to hit that level. We have order block right here. I want to see this down closed candle find support at the top of these down closed candles right here. And then we have this fair value gap. If we close below this fair value gap, I will close the trade and be happy with the profits that I get. That's not good. That's not going to be fun at all. At this point, I might as well just let this play out. That was a new 5-minute candle on that initial reaction lower. So I'm okay with that on the 5-minute. Just over the next 3.5 minutes, I would want to see it expand higher. I'm looking at my 5-minute chart also. Oh man, I was hoping that was going to be a green candle. Come on. Let's give me a green candle. That'd make me happy. And even if I'm stopped out at break even, I'm okay with it. And I'm not just saying that to say it, because I'm really exercising my ability to hold for these bigger moves. And break even is a free trade. So this is a free trade for me. Yes, I could have solidified some profits, but I'm exercising. My main goal is not necessarily profits on this challenge, but to hold for the trade that I think is there. And if it's not there, then it's just teaching me to identify when the trade is there, because I have to learn it at some point. And so if I don't get this trade, then the question goes into, okay, Tyler, why didn't this play out? How could you have played it differently? Because it looks like I'm going to get stopped out here. Yep, so there's a break even. I'm okay with that. It was a nice setup. I liked it. Didn't go all the way to where I wanted. And I have to learn how to handle that. What I wish I could have done is because I'm only trading with one micro contract on the small account challenge, I can't size down or size up. So if I was able to, I would have taken a partial on some of that and then looked for holding a runner to the high. But right now you have a bearish breaker to the downside. I wouldn't be interested in that simply because of the London high sitting right there. Man, we are so close. That sucks. We are so close to that level. So close. Well, how many handles was it? 7 handles. Maybe I should have just closed the trade. Maybe we don't tag the London high. I do think we're moving to the downside. I'd want to see this 5-minute change in state. I would want to see a 5-minute change in state of delivery. So I need to see a close below this level here on the 5-minute chart. A close below this level here on the 5-minute chart to confirm that we are going to move lower. Bodies came down to the 930 level, which is the breaker. I'm indecisive at this moment. When we came down the first time, I was more confident about it. When you come down a second time, that's where it's like, I'm not sure. You see the 15-minute candle closed, a very wicky candle there. That's right, Felipe. The goal of my small account challenge is really to force me to take a one and done type trade. To really expand my trading skills to larger moves and not be so stuck on taking 10, 20 handles. That's primarily what I'm doing that small account challenge for. Entry was perfect. I mean, it was right at 9:30. It was a bottom tick and just got stopped out. It was a beautiful play. Have tempted to try this again to move higher. I don't like this candle here though. Here's the move. See if we wick right into here, this fair value gap, and then push higher. That's kind of what I would be looking for. Or if it just wants to push right now, it can do that too. So there's London high. Just looks like we got in a little early for the big move. So now that we hit the London high, when I look back and I look back at my analysis, I don't feel bad for what I took at all. I mean, it looked great. What I could look at is maybe I shouldn't have moved my stop to break even, because I had my entry was here, target was there, and I could have gave myself my 20-point stop loss, which would have been right there, which would have been totally fine. So the question I need to answer myself is, do I feel okay with moving my stop to break even and missing out on that move? Or should I, in the future, keep my stop at 20 handles to let it really move if I really think that draw on liquidity is higher? Because what did I say? I told you I wanted to let the trades move towards my target. This one does. It just hit my stop at break even, dug about 11 handles in drawdown, and then moved back the other direction. Those are the things that I think about and I want to become better at in my trading. The optimal intraday I watched the other day for the breaker of the 930 candle was around the midpoint of the inversion for value gap. This one right here, right? Because that's where I got in. I got in on this initial move higher. Yeah, I mean, Felipe, I think I think I would want to move my stop to break even. If anything, I get back in again here and I try a second time. If anything, that's the play, is I get back in a second time for the move. But sometimes, I mean, Ted, sometimes it doesn't do that. Sometimes on high resistance days, it will do this. But if you're on a day where price action is just low resistance, this sucker will barely come back to down to 930 and just take off. So I think the move is you take it off the initial move, and then if it comes back and stops you out, if price action is supporting the same idea, then you get back in and you try it again. I had a play yesterday where I took the entry and it worked great, but I was on the wrong side for the overall trend and it should have just scalped Should have just scalped it for 30, 40 handles. 100%. So, I mean, I think what we're bringing up, Ted, is what is the threshold for you as an individual trader that you're like, man, if I get 40 handles, I'm out of there. If I get 20 handles, I'm out, right? I think there is a place for that. 100% there's a place for that. I just need to figure out what that number is for me. I mean, nobody should ever be complaining about only getting 40 handles. Nobody should. I mean, that's fantastic. And that's what I got here. And I could have secured 40 handles. And I think I probably should do that. Especially on the small account challenge. Because I need the small account challenge is really stretching me on exercising different muscles that I've never used before, or reasonings that I need to, not that I haven't used before, but different reasonings that I need to exercise to build the small account, because what I've done traditionally for a funded account just isn't working for a small cash account. And it's a different beast, and it's something that I will master and we'll figure it out. But it's these types of scenarios that when it happens, then you need to analyze and figure out, okay, how should I do this next time? What should I do differently? And I think I should do that for right now. 40 handles. If I get 40 handles, I'm moving my stop to that level to secure 40 handles and then letting it run. Or I'm taking it once it hits 40 handles. I've been really wanting to hit 50 handles because I want to make that $100 per trade on the account, but that might just be a little too much. Yeah, hang flying. I don't think that's a bad idea. Once we hit that level, put my stop, just a trailing stop. And then I don't lose all my profit, right? Because the idea is just to take one trade, be one and done on this small account challenge. And I'll tell you what, it is this challenge has been the best thing that I've done. Best thing that I've done in regards to refining my skill set. I'm very grateful that I'm doing it. It's somewhat embarrassing at times when you're sharing your numbers online and people see that, oh, it's only this much. Oh, you're losing over and over again. It's completely different than my funded accounts. It's crazy. It's crazy how different it is. 15-minute unicorn. You need to wait another 10 minutes before that unicorn plays out, though. It's hard to protect equity on a small account. For me, the out on break even is losing just the commission, and it continues to just get back in. Otherwise, your original stop loss for a bigger loss. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand, Bob. technically, T-Loff, I guess you don't need to wait 10 minutes. You could take it on this initial dip right here. ICT talks about you don't have to wait for the close. You can take it on once the candle pushes higher, you can take it on something like this. So your entry would be somewhere around right here. It's not a bad entry at all. In fact, if this candle can get through London high again, then it might have a move. But the only downside to that play is we hit a key level. The London high is the key level. So I'm more partial to seeing a lower move than I would be seeing it push higher. I mean, you look at the charts here. For me, we've been going up all week. I feel like we're a little extended. We just swept all these highs. I mean, this is the place to go short, to be honest. Is inside this wick right here of this hourly candle. If it's going to give it to us. I don't know if it's going to give it to us or not. You got to wait, obviously, for the setup. But this could be the breaker right here to the downside. That's a real possibility. But we just wait to find out. Sit on our hands and wait. Bob, I didn't quite understand your comment. I understand what you're saying, that it's hard to protect equity on a small account. I totally get that. My reasoning for the stop to break even is, even if I put it at 2 handles or a handle above my break even point, stop out at 1 handle in profit, I'm covering my commissions. And the commissions are relatively small for 1 micro contract. It's 35 cents. So it's like 66 cents or something like that both ways for a round trip. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I think that's more possible, is a move to the downside here. Oh man, I hope you're feeling good, man. Kidney stone surgery sounds way worse than what I had the past 2 days. So I hope you're feeling better. This fair value gap now, guys, is kind of what the focus is on. That fair value gap. It's actually our first presented fair value gap in the first place. And it's a large one. if it could get up to the midnight open and this down close candle here, I'd be interested in potentially taking a short. Let me look at the 5-minute here. Yeah, we got a nice change in state of delivery right here. If I really want to wait, we could wait for this. We could wait for this, the secondary candle of the 5-minute to close below. That's probably our better move, and then we take off the breaker of the 930 price level. I think that's wiser, because we got a lot of room to the downside. We got a lot of room to the downside, so we don't have to squeeze peanuts here. I do like that reaction right here. But it's also at 10:30, which I don't like taking trades, particularly around the 30-minute mark, personally. $10.09. This one right here. 8.9. I'm looking at the 5-minute. I wouldn't mind to see this come back up into this 5-minute fair value gap, or retest the 5-minute candle. It doesn't have to, but if it did come back up to like the 1020 level right there, I'd be interested in testing that out. Two-minute. I haven't checked the 2-minute. How does that look? Oh, that does look pretty good. What does a 3-minute look like? There's a 3-minute that closes a minute and 50 seconds. right here. And then you got the 5 minute that's already closed. Only problem is we got a lot in this first fair value gap. We got 930 price. We got a swing low. We got this one, the fair value gap, 5 minute change in state of delivery. I really want to see that it wants to run through it. I think we do. We have our higher time key level. I like how small this fair value gap is for the most part. It's only 14 handles. So if we can close below it, on the 3 minute. The 4 minute closed. The only thing that hasn't closed yet is the 3 minute. Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes, 10, 15 more minutes before the 11 a.m. macro. So I'd like just to see what price wants to do over the next 10, 15 minutes. See if we get any structure that I like. All right, so now that we came back up into this 5-minute fair value gap, I want to see if it wants to act as an inversion. I'd like it to not go through this level. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. I don't know what just happened there. Holy macaroni. Well, that's my entry right here. That would be the entry, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that right now. Holy cow. I don't even know what just happened. That was insane. I don't even know what happened there, folks. That's crazy. I do want to go short, though. I'm going to give it a second, see if it reaches up into this fair value gap, and then use that as my entry. I don't know if it's going to do that or not. It's tagged the midnight open. There's a little bit of a breaker here. But I don't know after I saw this candle, folks, what's going to happen here. That was something, J Money. I don't know what it was. Let's see if we can get below this low right here. We really need to get below that if it's going to continue. All right, that's good. There we go. Midnight open. I mean, this looks, the 5-minute looks nice for a move lower. I just don't know if we're going to get more of that crazy price action. See if we can push below here. I am in this short. I took it from the breaker. I'm just taking it to this low right here. See if we can get that. I'm going to close that, actually. Never ran that low right here. That's kind of what I'm wanting it to run. It's the low of the New York session currently. I'm looking at this low right here, this little swing low. See if it wants to respect that. So all of this is a balanced price range. Everything is balanced here. I don't know why it would go higher, to be honest. Folks, I think I'm going to call it a day here. I got my funded accounts where I wanted them. I did my small account challenge. I'm still a little under the weather. I think I'm going to call it a day and maybe take a nap. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be an FP. It'll probably be pretty crazy. We'll see what happens with it. Be conservative. Stay safe. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Take care.